Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 12 of your Chicago Blackhawks franchise mode, as today is a big episode for your Chicago Blackhawks as we're heading into another offseason where unfortunately we lost in the conference finals against the San Jose Sharks. It was a hard fought series, we played hella good. It's just in the final game, Sami Vatanen made some stupid mistake and just really cost the team a big victory. But overall, we played really great throughout the entire playoffs. There were so many plays that really contributed, and it was the first line, man. They really did carry the offense for sure. You had DeBrincat, Kane, and Dylan Strome who really carried the offense for the team. They were the main powerhouses, and you guys can see that. You had Toews 10 points, and everyone kind of dwindled down more and more once you got more down the leaderboards. But really, it was definitely, you definitely had some good depth goal scoring. But you take a look at some other teams, like for example, let's take a look at the San Jose Sharks, who did unfortunately beat us and going on to the Stanley Cup final. They have a couple other 10-point guys. They got that depth scoring. They got more depth scoring than we do. We only have 3 guys that are all at 20 points, and that's all we have, right? That's the thing with our team. We're stacked up front, and maybe we need to change a little bit of it up. Maybe change up a little bit of the lineups. I don't know. We've been playing good, and I like the way that the first line's been built. Because they play so fucking good. Defensively, Duncan Keith had another great playoff. Same with Boedker, his first official playoffs. And he had a pretty damn good year. And hopefully he could just keep stepping it up. And Matt Murray, he was the all-star goaltender for this. Sure, I'm glad we picked up Matt Murray. I'm glad we got a goalie on the team for another year on a contract. Now, big thing is, who is going to be winning the Stanley Cup this year between either San Jose or the Toronto Maple Leafs? Now, we do got a lot of big decisions coming up at this offseason, and Toronto Maple Leafs are your Stanley Cup champions. Because we have a lot of big issues with, of course, contracts. We got one big guy that we got to deal with. Of course, we're over the negatives on the salary cap, as we got to sign Alexander Nylander, who wants $8.475 million. So it's a lot of money for a guy that hasn't really proved himself yet. It is a big problem for me because he only had 48 points this year, and yeah, he was doing good, but look at all the points that he got. 12 points came for the power play. You erase those power play points, and you really don't got very much points for Alexander Nylander. And I feel like there's more money that could go around the team. Excuse me. That could go around the team instead of just being on Alexander Nylander. So we're going to figure that all out once we get in, because we need more depth. We can't just spend all our money on our top 6 and just hope that the top 6 pans out. We also got to start relying on some of our depth as well. But let's get right into the awards. The Toronto Maple Leafs are your Stanley Cup champions here in year 2. You got Chicago, the President's Trophy. There we go, baby. Let's take a look at individuals. Art Ross goes to Patty Kane. Hart Memorial goes to Kane. He was just a stud this year. He also gets the Lady Bing. And Alexander Nylander, he gets the Calder this year. What a year for Nylander. Yeah, he's up there, but I don't think he's that good. But man, Kane, he swiped the table this year. 10 Lindsay, Maurice Rocco Richard. He got everything this year. What a year for Patty Kane. That's awesome to see from our all-star Patrick Kane. At like 32 years old, still able to produce like that. That is absolutely terrific. Now, big thing is to start off this episode, we're going to have to spin the wheel to see if if Brent Seabrook is willing to waive his no movement clause, which will be a very decisive thing in today's episode. Oh, thank fucking goodness. No fucking way. Brent Seabrook, I fucking love you. Oh my god, that is huge. Brent Seabrook has called quits. That is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. That is awesome. We save $6.875 million in the next 4 years. Get that fucking wheel out of my face. We don't even need to see that wheel. We get Brent Seabrook off the books. I was about to say we're gonna spin the wheel to see if we need to keep Brent Seabrook on the books or not. So that is awesome that we do not need to worry about Brent Seabrook at fucking all. So let's get to scouting out the draft class where we are picking. We got a couple picks here. We got Hämäläinen, Boedker, and Vatanen. So I think we just overall need to start building up the prospect pool very, very big time. Defensively, I wouldn't mind start building it up. So we're going to look at Vatanen, and 6'5" defenseman. Fuck me, yeah, I want to see what type of player he is, because if he's an enforcer, I don't want to go after an enforcer. I'm more like defensive defenseman. What's your play style? Yeah, okay. So defensive defenseman. How ready are you to be in the NHL? A couple years, 4 years away. So he's definitely going to be a top 4 guy for sure. And give me some of your strengths. Has to be my shot. Okay, good to know. All right, I'll talk to you later, Venäläinen. So Pekka Venäläinen might be somebody to look at for the future here for the Chicago Blackhawks. And then we got Hämäläinen as well. Let's take a look at this kid. Let's talk about your play style. I didn't mean to do readiness, but that's okay. So 4 years, about the same as Venäläinen. That's what I guessed. As for okay, so 2A forward, perfect. Hämäläinen, looking like a very good forward, I gotta say. Hämäläinen. What's your weakness? Give me. I'm more of a skill player, so my physical. Okay, so that's not a big deal. I really don't care about your physicality. I just rather know if you could play hockey or not. That's all that I care about, is if you could play hockey and you could score me some goals and you play good defensively. That's all that matters in my books. So let's take a look. I know our scouts are not the best yet, but we still got a couple good guys that we could take a look at and a goaltender. So we will definitely be aiming towards those guys. And man, that really does help us out with Brent Seabrook retiring. That helps us out a buttload coming up with signing Nylander and stuff like that. That gives us not very much money left, but I mean, I don't know. We do got Kirby Dach. Kirby Dach is a guy that we could possibly even throw up on the second line, because maybe even the first line. I'm thinking maybe even first line throwing up Dach, because I mean, we could spread the talent around this year maybe a little bit more than what we have in the past years. So we'll see what we do. But let's get in the draft. Let's focus on what we can do here first. Let's take a look at what we maybe could do as a trade, because we know that Nylander is maybe a guy that we maybe trade away this upcoming. But we have him as a RFA, so we really don't got to worry about Nylander. We could just give him a qualifying offer and just let him be. Depth-wise, we're Mikkel Boedker. What the fuck happened to you, buddy? What is going on, man? Teammates, management, individual performance. Okay. Individual performance has been bad for Mikkel Boedker, as he dropped down to an 82 overall with 3 years left on his $5.25 million contract, who is also on a fucking no movement clause, and our defense is falling apart as well. Oh, my lord. Duncan Keith, buddy. See, I would like to keep Duncan Keith because I want to be loyal to Duncan Keith. It's just the problem is cap space for the team right now is a fucking big issue for the team. And that's I gotta say a big issue. I mean, Sami Vatanen's locked up on a no movement clause, so we could get rid of Eric Gustafsson and get rid of him. But I mean, I don't know. We'll have to make some big time decisions this upcoming offseason, man. Some big time decisions that we need to make with this team, and maybe even see if Mikkel Boedker would like to waive his no movement clause, which I think we might even take a consideration into looking into that, because. Okay, yeah, there's gonna be some shit picks up here. God damn it. A2 Radu. I mean, he was fucking. I heard he's bloody good too. Oh, I'll pick him up. You know, you never know. Might be. Ooh, yeah. See what I mean? Top 6. I fucking recognize the name too. I'm like A2 Radu. That should be a good fucking player, and he is. I think that was better than. Yeah, it was better than fucking Hämäläinen. Perfect pick, bud. Perfect fucking pick. But I mean, we're gonna have to play around with the cap space a lot, but I would like to see how much we actually have once we get into the free agency side of things. We will get the goaltender, because we do need a future goaltender for the team. Yeah, okay, that's gonna take a long time to fucking develop. We don't even know if that's gonna be a good goaltender or not. Damn it, man. So that's the problem about having shitty scouts for the first little bit, because you can't see fucking shit. You're not seeing anyone right off the get-go, so it's just you have to pick and choose who might be good, who might not be. We'll go with Andrew Pritt. We'll go with another lefty, and then we'll go with some defensemen. If I could fucking pick the goddamn guy. Andrew Pritt, yeah. Bottom 6. Lucas Riddell, what's his overall? Could he be like a good piece to the team? 77 overall. He's not going to really fit in any of my lineups, so... really does not fit for my team. That sucks that Mikkel Boedker fucking dropped, man. That fucking does suck. Really does. But I mean, you could get rid of Boedker, have Nylander, or put Dach. I mean, but then you don't have any good goal scorers. I mean, the only good goal scorer that we had on the second line was Mikkel Boedker. But with him fucking dropping because he thinks that he's playing like shit, Oh, what a fucking horrible signing he was, man. That's a rough signing. We're gonna bounce back from it though. We'll figure out something with that Boedker. Either we try to fucking see if he wants to waive it, and if he does, then we can go from there with Boedker. Yeah, there's really fucking. We're getting shit picks this year. We only got like 2 good picks. Literally 2 good fucking picks this draft. Just send him to the next fucking pick, EA. Stop being a piece of shit, boy. Oh my god. We'll just pick somebody random because there's fucking nobody. There's fucking nobody, man. Jesus Christ. We have another fucking pick? Jesus. What's wrong with these 7th round draft picks that we have? We have a whole shit ton. Yeah, low top 6. Send the entire draft. Get it done and over with. Okay, A2 Radu is the only good pick that we got from that draft. What they fucking do? It was a shitty draft. Usually these kind of the first couple year drafts are fucking shitty. We will sign most of those coaches back. For right now, we're just going to jump in the free agency stage, see what we can do with the team. See what we can do. So, up first, we got $12 million in cap space, which is not very much. We signed Nylander. That's all our cap space practically gone right there and then. So, we practically get cut there. Chris Kreider, how much do you want? $4.5 million. Chris Kreider, you're gone. Sorry, buddy. Brendan Perlini, how much do you want? 2.6. Yes, that's a signable contract for the team. You will be coming back. Fortin, you will also be coming back to the team as you're developing into a very nice piece of the team, 80 overall already. So you will be coming on back. David Kemp, sure, we'll sign you. Nice depth piece of the team. Dominic Kuhlbach. Sign him. You never know if he could fucking tremendously jump. Entwistle, Graham Knott. Sign you back to a deal. Koch, we don't have to worry about. Ratu, we're going to try to get a defenseman next year. I think that's going to be our main focus next year, is getting a good defenseman to pick up for the team. This is rough. This is what we have for our defense core this year. And, okay, let's take a look at things. Okay, so Mikkel Boedker, $5.225 million. So you're on the way, no movement clause. Mikkel Boedker, will you be willing to waive your no movement clause at all for us this year, so we could trade you to maybe a team that will produce? No, you're saying no to me. Okay. So that leaves us without doing anything with Mikkel Boedker. We can't touch Boedker now. So practically the offensive core is going to be Mikkel Boedker. Kirby Dach is for sure jumping out next year. He's going to be either playing on the first or second line for sure next year. So I think what we could go with is Kirby Dach, DeBrincat, Kane, Strome, Toews, maybe Boedker. We could keep Boedker for sure. Then your third line, Perlini, Strome, Ryan Strome. Oh, fuck, man. He's kind of shitting on the lower lineups, but what can you do about it? But we'll have to figure that shit out. I mean, Nylander, we're going to qualify offer. Then we could maybe even trade, like, maybe Eric Gustafsson, get rid of him, maybe upgrade in a better defenseman. I mean, you have Adam Bockwist. We need somebody that can play alongside of him. And, I mean, Duncan Keith, sure. But, fuck, do we ever need somebody really fucking good to, like, carry this defensive core? Because right now we got Bockwist, and that's it. That's all we got for us right now running on our table. So, really, we do need kind of an extra upgrade. An extra pair of hands wouldn't be bad for the team, I think, for picking up. So, we'll have to definitely take a look into that. Galvis will sign. Levinov, man, I wish fucking Levinov was already fucking ready to go. Matt Murray. Thomas Greiss, he's a starting goalie this year, so he's going to want to be paid more, so we'll just get rid of him. And then there we go. We're all ready to go for the next season. Well, this free agency-wise, we got hopefully everyone signed back on a deal. And then we will give a qualifying offer to Nylander, and then we will look to maybe make a deal with Alexander Nylander and get rid of him. So that's going to be the biggest change, man. It's a lot of fucking changes with the Chicago Blackhawks this year. We want to make another push for the cup, right? We want to make another push for the cup because we were so fucking close last time. Mario Jalou, you were a great coach for us. We're signing you again to another big time contract because you were just a great coach this year for us, and we're hoping that you can continue that success with the Chicago Blackhawks, being one of the better coaches on the team. In the league, point, man, you were fucking fantastic this year. 51, you improved our record. We're going to hopefully keep getting better. Marty Hoffman, we will sign you to a Just the exact same thing. Associate head coach. You're not the head coach just yet. Associate head coach for Marty. And then everyone. So AHL head coach, right? That's what you are. Yeah. AHL head coach. Isaac Wall. Sign you to another deal. Popeye. Associate. Boom buddy. And then Desjardins. Assistant, and then we just gotta sign goalie coaches once we get to the nick of things. So there we go. Scouts, we will rehire stuff later on once we get the free agency and stuff like that. So I think we're all good to go. We got all the coaches signed back. We got $10 million in cap space right now going into free agency. So we're gonna really see what we can really do with this team. Okay, let's just jump right into it. Let's see if we can get the coaches back first before we do anything. Really start on the right foot. Okay, so you'll gladly accept. Okay, he accepted. I accept. I'm not in. Okay, so never mind. So 2 guys I don't think accepted their jobs. Oh, you fucking bastards. Marty Hoffman, we would love to have you back on the team this year, buddy. Love to have you back on the team. You're a great associate coach for fucking Jolu, so we would like you back on the fucking team. Stop being a bitch. And sign you back to a job as well, Sergei Popov. Alrighty, 16 minutes into the video. We already got past the draft, and now we're heading into the free agency. Okay, so Marty Hoffman does not want the job, same with Sergei Popov. So we're gonna have to look for two new coaches, a new fucking assistant coach for our team, and another new guy, which I think we just signed Marty Hoffman to come onto the team, but that's okay. So what? Oh my god, that's a trash fucking free agency pool, bro. The best free agency right now is Jeff Petrie. I mean, Nylander would definitely be up there, but oh fuck, Nylander, what the fuck is wrong with you, buddy? Why do you want that so much goddamn money? You're like handicapping me so much for making any kind of move. So let's see what we could do with Alexander Nylander, okay? We'll probably end the video right around now because honestly, I don't know what's my next move. I mean, we could definitely do a fucking big blockbuster move with the Anaheim Ducks or something. Just pick up Adam Enrique. Fuck, man, that would be perfect. He could be like a depth third line center. Pick up like Hampus Lindholm or something. Because they're in a rebuilding stage right now, if you really think about it, right? You pick up Nylander, that helps you with the rebuild. I think that's somebody we look at is the Anaheim Ducks, maybe making a big deal with Anaheim. We got Mikael Granlund, but he's 32 years old. Adam Enrique would be kind of the younger version. And he's a nice, I mean, well, you're younger, but I mean, you pick up Hampus Lindholm, that will also help. Nylander's a fucking big-time player because he had a good year. He won the Calder last year. We might be downscaling, but we would be picking up a guy that would definitely help us out. If we retain his cap, that would be my big deal right there, is that Anaheim would have to retain a lot of his cap space so we can afford Adam Enrique and throw him into the squad. And also have to take home Hampus Lindholm, which we will just eat his full contract since he's on his last year of his contract. So, Kevin Haynes, he's dropped off the face of the earth. There's really nobody. I mean, unless you pick up like Brent Burns to make the team even older, which I really do not want to do. Mikael Granlund, somebody to look at, maybe another depth piece for the team. But I think the best team that really fits the shrine of the club is the Anaheim Ducks. And I think I'm just going to make a deal right off the get-go because I don't want to be fucking waiting for this bullshit. I want to be making as big a deals as we possibly can. Now, would Hampus Lindholm even fucking upgrade on our defense from Eric Gustafsson, right? So, if you really take a look at it mathematically, how many points did Eric Gustafsson have last year? 33 points. He's an offensive catalyst for the team. 56. He blocks a lot of shots for the team, which is a huge thing for us. What does Hampus Lindholm bring to the table? He got 23 points last year, 34 the year before. It was a plus this year. 59, practically the identical fucking player. So we really don't need to bring home Hampus Lindholm. But we can bring home Adam Enrique. And what we're going to do is just make him retain half of the salary cap for Adam Enrique because he has 3 years left and he's at an old age. So I'd rather just pay at least the cheapest amount for Adam Enrique and not have to worry about paying him too much. They also got Vanek and Silverberg, but I feel like those guys are they're too expensive. They're dropping, so why pick them up, right? I think otherwise, maybe Andre Casa wouldn't be that bad either. But he's a second line player. He would have to play. I mean, Mikkel Boedker dropped. So if you really think about it, where does Mikkel Boedker fit in the lineup is a big question for me. He really only fits on the second line. And so I think we're going to have to look for another team. But Adam Enrique does fit the fucking price range that I'm looking at. But another player that could work for the team is the St. Louis's fucking Mikael Granlund. Mikael Granlund, who they want to trade away. He fits on every line. He's good defensively. And 2 years left, 6.3. And you pick up fucking David Perron. And he can play on the third line. You just need a third line. I mean, Mikael Granlund would be that third line centerman. Right? You pick up Granlund. You retain half of Mikael Granlund's salary cap. Because we can afford those two guys, but I don't want to just go completely bankrupt on two fucking guys and paying Mikael Granlund third line or fucking second line money for playing on the third line. That's not happening. We would trade you guys Alexander Nylander. That would be your guys' go-to guy to help you guys quicken up that rebuild. Now, I'd also like to retain a little bit on Perron, just a bit, about $1 million. So we just only pay him $3 million. So we're also going to add a pick just in case this is just a bit of an overpay. But I think this really bolsters the lineup depth-wise for the team for the Chicago Blackhawks. They don't want to accept it. So if we take that away, okay. Okay, but that's okay. We could add a first for sure. I mean, if we're going to be a Stanley Cup team this year, I'd rather pay more than what I am looking for. So, shit. I did not mean to take off David Perron. Okay, what we'll do is we'll keep David Perron's money at $4 million. That might be more enticing. On the surface, your trade looks good to St. Louis, but we're not so keen on the amount. Okay, so we'll give you guys... I think we might just wait until next video because honestly, you guys could probably help me out with this next big trade that we might be making here soon. There we go. Never mind. We already made the damn deal. Mikael Granlund and David Perron are the part of the new Chicago Blackhawks. Welcome, Granlund and Perron. Now, we did decrease in age a little bit, but I mean, you pick up Granlund you can put him up on the high end of the power play. You only pay him $3.15 million. I mean, fuck me. I'll take that deal any day of the fucking week. So now the lineups are going to be looking way different than what we expected them to look like for this upcoming season. Now, I think what we're going to do is play for sure Kirby Dach on the first line, or maybe even throw Mikael Granlund up on the first line, for Christ's sakes, right? So we have a couple options that we could do now, and we're deep, right? You got Kane, DeBrincat, Strome, Toews, Granlund, Perron, Dach, Perlini, Boedker. That makes us a hell of a lot deeper and better defensively, picking up Perron and also Mikael Granlund. And we could still pick up a fourth line depth guy, and we could still get a defensive guy to play alongside of Rasmus Andersson, who is also now top 4 and who could probably play up higher in the defensive course. So, I mean, we are looking hella stacked this year, which is good. It was what I wanted to look like, trading away Nylander and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to just sign a couple more guys to the team. I think we'll leave the free agency part up to you guys. Who should we sign out of the list of guys that you see here on the list? Who should we go after and stuff like that? Who do you think we should fit with the team money-wise and stuff like that? Just pause the video, take a look at who you guys think should fit the criteria of the team, and make a big list of players that we should go after and stuff like that for the fourth line, and maybe a bit of the third line that we're going to be looking at. Defensively, we're definitely going to go after one big defenseman, make the team a hell of a lot better. We're looking like a team that could definitely take the Stanley Cup this year with us picking up Mikael Granlund and David Perron. It really makes us a force to be reckoned with, and I'm really excited to see what the Chicago Blackhawks will bring in the next video, as we're going to be starting up the simulation in next year. So I'm hell of excited, man. We picked up 2 new pieces to the team. I know we traded with a divisional rival, but it is what it is. You have to do some things that you don't want to do sometimes. And Granlund, he's a great fucking player. And same with David Perron. And especially when you get fucking Mikael Granlund on such a cheap deal. I mean, that fits the team perfectly. But for right now, guys, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to see you guys on the next video. I will see you guys all later. Adios, amigos.